Hello and welcome to another video of Fatui Only, where we try to beat Genshin Impact using only Fatui characters. So we're still doing Natlan Archon Story quest, and as you saw before, we're able to see the cutscene when we see Capitano. We're able to find out that Kachina was the winner, but then Kachina didn't came up in the resurrection event. And what happens now is that we're trying to contact her, and for that we need to help to collect this energy. We need to cleanse this and try to get a connection with Kachina. Unfortunately, that means that we need to use our Fatui characters to kill these enemies and try to remove the corruption from the artifact. Ideally, this is going to be one of the last things we need to do before going inside the I don't know how it's called, darkness realm, something like that, where Kachina is trapped, and that's going to be really interesting to see because we can use, I think, our Fatui characters to try to traverse that place. So this is kind of what we need to do right now. They need to defeat the enemies. At some point we need to use the Traveler. That's really interesting because this is a mechanic that they only have during the beginning of Mondstadt quest with the bowling, when we try to purify the tears and the whole holy lyre and everything, and they bring it back now in here in Natlan. I don't know if they forgot about it or what happened in between, but I don't think that they had this thing for a really, really long time. I think something that they came up during development. It's like, okay, this is a good idea. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. Probably that means that the Traveler has some attributes of light, which is kind of interesting, and I think something that's being hinted in the beginning, because you see their wings that they have in the first cutscene. So maybe in the end they have this planned out since the beginning, that they're the key to fight the abyss and the corruption maybe. So yeah, who knows what happens in their heads, but I feel like it was a clever idea to try to bring that mechanic back and bring some utility to the Traveler. And the other thing was, I think it was a really interesting dialogue when they talk about like their visit or the meeting the Archons in this nation was the easiest one, because they were always trying to escape from the previous Archons in different nations. Even they fought the authority in Asuma. I think that was the worst one. They went into trial in Fontaine. So in the end, I have to say that meeting this Archon, or everything that's happening right now, is kind of like smooth. They're not trying to do anything to a Traveler, but the things like the Travelers are the key, or the guests in this nation, trying to help them fight the abyss. So I feel like it's really a positive thing for them arriving here. I think that a good thing was that they were not allowed to participate into the whole trial, because if not, they will be sent to the abyss and they will be the main ones being trapped there. But I guess the whole idea was to them to become heroes and try to survive. Although they say that the whole trip didn't affect the Traveler, meaning that maybe the abyss powers are not corrupting the Traveler, and then probably it doesn't have any major effect on the Traveler. So then maybe if they were trapped, nothing else was going to happen, and they could like finish, or they can complete their whole mission without any problem. So who knows? But I feel like it was a really interesting thing to see this ability coming back, and maybe it's going to play a big story later in Natlan, or even after, when we visit Canria, for example, or when we go to the abyss. We will see what that's look like. Maybe they awaken their powers. Maybe they're able to see how the things are supposed to be. But yeah, I think that's kind of like an interesting topic to see at this point. So then this is actually the whole quest, where we need to go to the realm and try to rescue them. I feel it's very interesting that you can actually use your characters, because I thought they were going to force you to use Insen or Chaska or some of those ones. But it makes sense that they're not letting you use them because they were not released yet. So maybe their abilities are not already done, or their whole kit is not properly tested. So yeah, maybe that's a reason why we're able to use our own characters, and especially the Saurians in here. So yeah, but we were able to see some of the things and actions. We know that, for example, Chaska is a bow character. I think Incen, or whatever her name is an Electro, maybe polearm character. Although it looks like a pyro one if you see the trailers on the different regions where it was one of the first Natlan characters being leaked. So yeah, that's kind of like interesting to start to see more about these characters before they're actually released. I will see them in battle. So it was kind of like a fun thing, fun thing to see and to do. But yeah, so now we need to defeat these different enemies. I feel like this quest could be more interesting this part. I don't think it's like I feel it's like a filler to make you do something before reaching the other region or the other part of the world. I don't think it's that interesting, but I feel like a lot of things are going to change in Natlan, especially like we're fighting the Abyss. We're trying to stop the Abyss from conquering everything. I think that's going to be important for Natlan. I don't know if we're going to win or we're going to lose. That's something that we need to see in the future. But if we need to fight the Abyss, probably we're going to see our sister again, or brother, whatever it is. We're going to see them again, I assume, at some point soon. And also, if the Abyss is there, the Fatuis are going to be there. So probably they're going to see more action with the Fatuis too. We saw that the first Fatui already appeared, and that's kind of like interesting to see, or at least the first of the Harbingers. So we'll see with other Fatuis are going to be meeting here. I wonder if we're going to see Columbina at some point. Dottore is something that he appeared before, but he was never released, so I don't know what's going to happen with him. But it would be interesting to see more Fatui characters playing a stronger role in this nation, and see what else they're capable of. So yeah, I feel like this nation is going to be filled with really good revelations about all the plans that are running behind. At some point they need to give some closure, or at least to build up some of the story up to when we reach to Snetsnaya. So I feel it's going to be the perfect time to actually do it. So yeah, I would really like to hear your comments or opinions about this region. What do you think? What's going to happen? If we're going to stop the Abyss, or if the Abyss is going to win. That's even a possibility that could happen. Everything could fail, and that could be a disappointment. But it seems that something that it's happening with the Fatui is that, for example, Arlecchino beat the Traveler. So it means like they were not able to stop her in Fontaine. So who knows what's going to happen? Maybe we find out that we're not as strong as we think. Maybe it's going to cause some problems in our psychic, and maybe that's what we need to awaken our powers. I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like big things are going to happen in here, and I feel like MiHoYo is trying to advertise Natlan a lot. So I guess they want people to play it. I don't know if it's try to fight with other video games are releasing, or why, but I saw a lot of propaganda of basically Natlan in different channels or different media. So I'm really interested to see why and what the story is going to be. But I feel like they're planning for big things, especially because they brought, for example, the Archon. They brought a cutscene of the Pyro Archon and the first Fatui Harbinger in in the trailer. So it feels like they're insanely showcasing that to bring the attention of the people. I wonder how many people came back to play Genshin Impact after Natlan was first released. I really like to see those numbers, but yeah, that's something that we're going to find out later. How do they play the role, and what else are we going to learn from the story that's going to happen? What I think is really cool about this part of the event and the history is that they actually show that before the whole human society existed, it was ruled by the sovereign dragon. So at least we're probably going to expect to see some of the dragons under the whole Natlan. I hope we find some of them that are still living there, maybe hiding, maybe trapped, who knows. But it would be really interesting to see that in Natlan, which is the land of the dragons, try to find out their actual living dragons. I don't know if that's going to be what they plan to show us, but I feel like it would be a great addition, especially after the introduction of them when we start this quest. So that kind of hints a little bit of this being part of the lore. If not, I don't think they're going to say it. Maybe in the bottom of a volcano, we're going to find some pyro dragons or something like that. Also, we've been hinted a little bit of the dragon in Dragonspine being still alive or being even stronger every day. So maybe that's something we need to pay attention. So maybe this actual whole Natlan is going to be focused on the dragons mostly. Maybe Nubilate is going to do something else after. Oh my god. Okay, we have this protection. I thought we were going to die if they keep attacking us. I feel like when I was playing this part, I don't know if you were able to play before, but I remember of a game called Rhyme. It really gave me some vibes of it. I think I played in the PlayStation. And you need to start like moving through different places. And I feel like there was this kind of like entities or spirits in the middle of the game. If not, it really reminds me of how is this game called? Sky Journey. I remember of Journey, where you have to go through different places and you have these different creatures, and you cannot communicate between each other, but you can make sounds and do different things and try to figure out what's happening. I feel like if it's not Journey, it's Rhyme, but one of those really remind me of this place in here where everything is dark and you have to move through some spirit world. I feel like I have a really like a deja vu of this situation being inspired in another game. So if you could think of another game that have a similar cinematic or similar visuals, please let me know. Maybe I'm telling the wrong game names and you probably have the right one, but let me know what do you think. Oh, we don't have any shield anymore? I hope there are no more of the evil spirits. Okay, there are resurrection. That means that if we die, we're going to appear here at least. Okay, so now, okay, I thought we were going to need to use only Kachina, but luckily no, we can use our Fatui characters. We might die. Luckily we can heal a little bit with lyney and also with Lynette. Femina is always the hard one to keep alive, basically. Uh-oh, can we avoid those spirits? Okay, Dark Resurrection. I wonder if they're going to play a strong role in the future, those spirits. I think that they mentioned that there are different, at least maybe one on each nation of these stones, so probably we need to go through all of them and cleanse them and purify all of them and try to defeat the Abyss or try to decorrupt them because the Abyss is trying to corrupt them. This was another of the challenges where unfortunately they are forcing us to use, again, Kachina and Mulani. I don't know why. We can use our characters here. But again, my main goal is try to use Kachina's basic attacks. So you cannot use any element and you cannot use any skills. I don't know if this is going to be useful because we need to break the shield at some point, and if it's a pyro shield, I don't know if we're going to be able to break it using only basic attacks. That's where Mulani maybe it's going to be helpful because her basic attacks are, I think she's a catalyst, so her basic attacks are going to be infused with Hydro? We will see. But it seems that we're doing a lot of damage to the Herald. So this is working. We need to avoid to get hit and avoid to die, basically. That's our main goal. Although we still have Mulani if we don't have Kachina anymore, so it's not going to be a problem. It's not like we're losing our only character that we have. But we need to try to be careful. Oh, we can also block the attack, like cancel the attack with Kachina's charge attack. I don't know if that's normal. Oh, what was that symbol? Did you see there was a symbol, a weird symbol next to the pyro symbol in Kachina's health bar? I wonder what that means. Is that a new element? Is that something related to the abyss? Oh, I wonder if I can get it again. It was like similar to the wings in his back. Like it was like that, like two, I would say, like horns, red horns. What it was? Was that supposed to be there? Is it the first time we see it? There it is again. There it is again. What's that? Corruption? It doesn't look like corruption. Okay, now we need to remove the shield. Yeah, Mulan is useful for removing the shield. I still don't know what that is. Do you know what it is? I might need to Google it. And we get a mark on ourselves. That's interesting. I wonder if that's the first time it happened or it happened before too. Is that only affecting Natlan characters? I don't know. Oh my god, we're almost dead. Okay, almost done, almost done. Come on. Yeah, we're able to do it. Perfect. So yeah, if you notice that, let me know. Or if you know what it is, let me know, please, because I have no idea. And if you saw it before, also let me know. This was one of the best entrants ever. It reminds me so much of Naruto, like Tsunade or Sakura trying to do a lot of damage with their punch. Such a badass entrance, such a badass Archon. I really want to have this Archon in my account. And this is one of the interesting parts where they actually show that there is someone infiltrated trying to help the Fatui characters, which I think it adds a lot of interesting part into the whole story. So we are able to see Capitano again. I think this is the end of the Archon Story quest. But again, it gives us some idea of that one of the villages, and I think they mentioned it before, that they're actually helping Capitano and the Fatui. So probably you're going to see more of them. Maybe they're refugees over there. We will see, but it feels like really, really interesting that they infiltrated the Pyro Nation. And I wonder if it's going to be one of the characters that are going to become a Fatui later. I feel that it's really interesting that we have a voice, so maybe we need to start to think about what that voice sounds like and if it's a character that we know, to get some clues. So I think this is a perfect time to close the video, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you really like it, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.